Question from IAS 16 then, dealing with PPE. So on the 1st of January 2015, a company purchased a machine for £50,000 with a useful life of 10 years, and it was depreciated on a straight line basis. What is the revaluation surplus, and what journal entry should the company record in the revaluation reserve account? On the 1st of January 2018, the company revalued the machine to £42,000. So what is the revaluation surplus, and what journal entry should the company record in the revaluation reserve account? So the very first thing that you need to do here then is to work out your depreciation at this date. So in order to do that then, what we're going to do here, we are going to work out what our depreciation charge is per year. Now, we were told the machine originally cost us £50,000 and that it was going to be useful for 10 years. So we're going to divide our 50,000 divided by 10 to give us an annual depreciation charge of £5,000 per year. Now, we bought it in 2015 and we are told that we sold it in 2018. Therefore, we have held the asset for 3 years, and we are therefore going to need 3 years of depreciation here. So we're going to multiply that £5,000 for 3 years of depreciation, which was the useful life which we held the asset for. So that's going to give us a depreciation charge of £15,000. So prior to this asset, this machinery being revalued, we need to work out what the carrying value would have been. So we take the original amount of £50,000, which is what it originally cost us as the organisation, and we are then going to deduct our total depreciation for which we have held the asset for, being £15,000. That is going to give the asset a carrying value of £35,000. But hang on a minute, because the company revalued that asset when they sold it, and they revalued it to £42,000, giving us an upwards revaluation. The machine hadn't quite depreciated as much as what we thought it was going to do. So therefore, we need to do a journal entry to correct this. So in order to calculate it, it is as simple as doing our new revaluation amount, being our £42,000, and deducting our current carrying value of £35,000 to calculate how much we need to account for our upwards revaluation, which is of course going to be £7,000. So I've given you the two accounts that are going to be affected here. They are going to be the machine account as well as our revaluation reserve account. So we now just need to work out which one's going to be the debit and which one's going to be the credit. Well, ultimately, as our machine has actually been valued higher than what we originally thought, and we know that our machinery account is normally a debit because it's a non-current asset, we are therefore going to have to debit £7,000 to our machine at cost account in order to give an accurate revaluation. For every debit, there has to be a credit. So in our revaluation reserve account, we are going to credit this £7,000. And that is how you would simply approach an upwards revaluation question in your exam.